Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, where they have been calling the Hogs since early in the morning in anticipation of this showdown we have coming. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the OleMiss Rebels, taking on another SEC rival, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Rebels will put total leather and will get started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Arkansas's offense will have the first possession of the game. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Caught near the sticks. It's hot. And the big game, and they've got it on the 46. The Razorbacks in the hurry-up.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Green. Gets away. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
And that is an all-too-familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
He's taking the shot. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The pull and throw off the RPO. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are, and David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
And the Rebels have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down to throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Ball is loose. defense just great securing it. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Green. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space, it's Parrish. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Boy, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is no different.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Midfield, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play some.
Finds his man. It's Armstrong. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Razorbacks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Go straight ahead. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, this ain't good for the offense. When you get down close to the goal line, you don't want to be going backwards. They can't sustain more negative plays.
Man, what a huge play from this defense. Everything looked bleak. Now they've completely flipped this situation around, put the offense a little bit behind the 8 ball.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Tripped up for the tackle.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put the boot to leather. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Hand off from the shotgun. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. After picking up this first down on the ground, let's see what they do. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Leaves it with the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Dart. They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Using his legs, it's Parrish. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
He'll set up to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Lets it go to the end zone. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better...
Looking to take a shot. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good game. And the Rebels line it up with a 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they got it down to the 3. 3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Jumped on top of the pile. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got to play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
They could make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to punch it in. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
How I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
They come up with their second safety of the game. You don't see that very often. After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them. He'll bring it back. It's Watkins. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The best way this offense can say thanks for that 2 spot is by going for the big play. Makes the grab inside the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Dropping back, it's Dart. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew. But I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. And the field goal unit is on the field. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. There's a flag on the field, and I think we're going to get another shot at this, and the kicker will be a little bit closer this time. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty is going to give the offense a 1st down. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Fayetteville.
The Razorbacks will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep getting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
It's a nice run there to get the 1st down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Looking for space. It's Bentley. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Try to get it on the ground. The Rebels will move the sticks with the 1st down.
And they've been burned twice. They were 0 for 2 on 4th downs. And they finally get the 4th down conversion. Tell you what, I'm going for it on 4th down a lot too. It's apparently a part of their game plan. But I guess it's nice when they finally get a conversion on it.
Gonna try to get it himself. He's in open space downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Pocket starts to collapse. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
The next time the offense gets down at this point of the field, they need to run the football because this is what's happening when they're trying to throw it in back-to-back plays. 2 negative plays in a row, not good.
Trying to make their way to the promised land on third and goal. And they'll knock him down.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in their Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on fourth down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. And the Razorbacks are in the hurry-up. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Catch in the middle. It's Hobbs. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks the tackle. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. To the air, it's Green. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Arkansas. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now, but it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away, and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. No chance for a return as that ball flies out in the back of the end zone. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
On On the run, it's Bentley. Giving him his pads. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Offense working from the pistol. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Running to the left. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced the third down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
This crowd bringing serious noise on this huge fourth down play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, what a play by the defense. They're trailing here in the fourth quarter by one possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Haas. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field.
Continues to fight for yards. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
All right, they showed this in the first half, right? Loaded up, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Come back now, pull some guys, go the other direction, have success. Great job by the coaching staff.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Makes his connection. And he just runs out of bounds, and I think he's short. I think he misjudged where he had to get. Here comes the biggest drive for this defense. They need this stop the way the rest of us need oxygen. If they don't get it, they're done. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. The give as they work on that clock. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes, and he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark, and when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now he's looking to throw it. He's going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Back to throw, it's Green. Unleashes one. Makes a connection. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. To the air on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
You want to talk about Bill?